So today I'm going to show you another way that you can use stencils with your gel plate. So I've got this really cool stencil that I actually got for Christmas, and I'm going to use acrylic paints with it. So you can see I've already used it a few times, but today I'm going to use this Payne's Grey paint with it. So the way I tend to do it is I have these little trays that I use to put paint into. You can use a palette, or you can use like a plastic tray that you've had food in. So I'm just going to add a tiny little bit, and then I'm also going to spray a little bit of water on it, just so there's a little bit of water in there. Now, I got these little things online, and they're quite cool because you can put different pads on the end depending on what colour you're using. But you don't have to use one of these. They're basically just sponges. So as long as you've got some sponge that you could use, then that should work for you. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is just lay my stencil down on my plate wherever I've decided that I want to put it. So that'll do for me today. So this one's got birds on it. And I'm just going to get a bit of paint onto my sponge, and then I'm going to start going over my stencil with my my sponge and the colour, and just filling all the gaps. I mean, you could select different areas that you want to use. You don't have to use the whole stencil if there were only some of the birds that you wanted, or something along those lines, and that's what you could do. But I'm just going to do the whole thing. So you don't want too much water, you don't want it too watery, but you also don't want it to be too the paint to be too thick either. So just spread it out across the plate. So I do also have another video on how to use stamp pads, stamping ink with your gel plate, but this one's slightly different. So I'm doing acrylic paint. But if you wanted to have a look at that video, it is on my YouTube channel, so you should be able to find it. Okay, so you just want to go over each of your birds and make sure they're dark enough, you've got thick enough paint on them but not too thick. I just find it helps to have a little bit of water in the tray with the paint. It helps it not to dry out too quick, or it just helps it to be a bit more easier to work with, really. Okay, so when you're happy that you've covered your plate like that, what you want to do is you just want to lift up your stencil. So there you go, there's the birds there. Okay, so I'm going to put my stencil to one side. Now at this point you really want the paint to dry onto the plate. So if you're really impatient like me, then you may want to just go over the top of the plate with a heat gun, which is what I'm doing. You don't have to, as long as you don't, I mean, I know some people are a bit worried about using heat guns with gel plates, but I think as long as you're not too that you don't hold it too long in the same place, and that you're not holding it too close, and that your heat gun isn't on too high a setting, then it should be fine. When you're happy that it's all dry, you should be able to see if the paint's still shiny or not, as to whether it's dried. Then you can decide what colour paint you're going to put in the background. So I'm going to go with a bit of a sunset for this one. We'll see how it comes out. So once you're happy that all of your birds are dry, or whatever you stenciled. You just want a little bit of paint on your plate. So these acrylics that I'm using aren't too expensive. I mean, if you live in the UK, I get these all from the range or from Hobbycraft. But you don't have to spend loads and loads of money on whatever it is you're buying. But you don't want the cheapest ones either. So I'm just going to spread out the paint across the top of the image on my plate like this and try and make it as even as possible. I'm going to go with the lighter colour first, and any excess paint you can roll off onto a piece of scrap paper at the side. So I'm mixing two colours here. So we're going to go with the pink at the top and then the yellow at the bottom, and then just sort of gradually blend them in together in the middle. There we go. Right, so then you just want a piece of paper. I'm just using copier paper here, but you can use something a bit thicker if you want to. Press down on your plate. You almost want the paper to stick to the plate at this point, so that when you pull it back, it's not just going to pull back the yellow and pink that we just put on, it will pull back all the birds as well. So sometimes this is the bit where I get a bit impatient, but you do need to leave it a little bit, like maybe a few minutes, just to make sure that it's going to pull everything off the plate. And if you rub it with your hand, the warmth on the palm of your hand should help to dry it off and get it to take up everything. Okay. All right, so you can always check the corner and see what it's doing. And as you can see there, it's pulling everything back off the plate. So it should be working. All right, so let's put it back. There we go. There's our first print. Okay, so I'm going to try a second one as well. So I've got this really pretty bird stencil that I'm going to use. It's got birds and foliage on it. So again, I'm going to use the same Payne's grey for the patterns to begin with that are going onto the plate. So just get between all the different parts of the plate. And then I'm going to try something a little bit different in the background. We'll see how that goes. There we go. And at this point, you again want to dry the paint that you've applied to your plate again before you add the next layer. So if we just peel back the stencil to reveal the image on the plate. Like so. Just want to dry this layer off. So now that this layer is dry, you can just touch it just to make sure that you're happy that it's dry. And as long as nothing comes up on your hand, then you know that it is. So for this one, I'm actually going to print on top of a gel print that I've already done. Now, I wasn't that happy with this gel print, so I'm not that fussed about printing over the top of it. So, you know, this is a way of maybe reviving some of the prints that you've made that you're not very happy with. So to do that, what you're going to need is this matte gel medium. So you just put a really thin layer of this onto your plate. So just squirt with this stuff, and this is Liquitex that I'm using. A little bit goes a long way, so you really don't need too much. So you just spread that out across your plate like that. And then you want to place your gel print face down. Now I just do my best to line it up, but you can get placement tools and all sorts to help you line it up exactly. So again, as with the last print, you really want to press down on this and make sure that you're using the warmth of the palm of your hands to just dry the paper down onto the print. Because when you pull this up, you want everything to come back with it, not just, you don't want it to come back as just a plain sheet and have left everything on your plate, or to pull some parts of the stenciled image up and not others. So you can start to check the corners if you want to see if it's working. I don't think there was any stencil in that corner. Yeah, you can see it's just about beginning to work. So you can use your heat gun as well at this point, just to try and make sure that it's definitely dried onto the plate. Okay, I think this is working now. Well, it's working in places and not in others. You see here, some of it's sort of left on the plate and some of it's coming off onto the print. What you can do, if you really want to get the edges of it, you can just put another little bit of matte gel medium. It might just be that I didn't put enough around the sides of the plate, so just put a tiny bit in there and then roller it on just to try and pull those bits off. Sometimes when it doesn't fully come off, it actually looks kind of vintagey, so it's quite nice. It just depends on what sort of look you're going for, but I'd like a bit more of mine to come off so I can show you what I mean. Again, there's a little bit left behind there. I might just put a little bit more on there just to try and get it to come off. And you can see there, I've really not put very much on at all. You don't need that much of the matte gel medium to do what you want it to do. Okay, so I think it's ready now, and anything it leaves behind now. There we go. And that is a different type of stencil, just using an old print that maybe you weren't that happy with. I hope you enjoyed what you've seen today, and I hope it inspires you to go off and do some gel printing of your own. Please like, please subscribe, and please follow my channel. There's loads more videos all about gel printing and collaging and lino printing. So yeah, I hope you like what you saw today. Please comment. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, bye.